Hey guys, today we're going to talk about our TJ fuel cells and our pump clamp rings and what we do different than anybody else in the market. I'm Chris Brown with White Rhino Fab. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. So if you've ever decided to install a TJ fuel cell and use the stock fuel pump, then you most likely have decided to use one of the fuel pump clamping rings. And one of the things I want to talk about today is what we do different in the market. And one of the things that we do that we absolutely love on our fuel cells is we use riv nuts in our fuel cell clamping rings. And we do that because it's such a pain to install one of those fuel pumps with the clamping ring and try to hold it all together while you have this gasket crap all over the place. So what we decided to do is add the riv nuts in there, but we took it a step further and decided to add 2 additional riv nuts in ours. And what that allows us to do is to use these countersunk bolts to hold that in place, and just like that. And what we can do now is we can put sealer on that, bring it up to the top, put the bolts in it, suck it up tight, and now that's held in place. And any of the other ones on the market, you got to hold that in. Typically they have a large fuel fill that you stick your arm through there to hold that in place, and that just sucks. There's no easier way to say that. So we put a really nice looking fuel cap assembly in ours. Obviously you want a rollover valve, we put that standard in ours. But again, back to the fuel clamping ring, this is very similar to the others on the market, with the exception that we like to make it easy. And one of the things that we also like to do is we like to have that finished look. Everyone else in the market, you put your bolts in, the threads stick out the top, and then you have your washer and nut on there. That looks like crap. There's no easier way to say it. So we like to use the cap head socket screws or bolts, and it gives you a finished look. That's what we like. You know, you're spending a lot of money on these things, and you know, you may as well make it look nice and not just some kind of thrown together piece of junk, really. So once we get ours installed, of course I dropped a bolt down there, so I put it in later, but that's all there is to it. So now you can take your time, you can put your sealer on your fuel pump, then put it in. You don't have to juggle 2 things at once. Get that sealer everywhere. If you've ever installed one before, you know what I'm talking about. There's gasket sealer everywhere. It just gets everywhere. So it's almost like the anti-seize. You come out, you use a little bit, and it's everywhere again. So again, what we do different is to make it easier for you, and it costs us a little bit more money, but ours are still less expensive than everybody else, and it's easier to install. So again, I'm Chris with White Rhino Fab, and if you have any questions or comments, drop one in the comment section below. And if you want to give us a call at the shop or through our website at whiterhinofab.com, let's hear from you. We'll get you started. Thanks, guys.